Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I've got a great mega review prepared for you guys, and it's going to be on almost the complete Shrewd Food lineup. We've got the croutons, the protein puffs, and at the end is going to be the Keto Dippers, the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate. I think the only thing missing from this lineup is the protein cookies, and I've already tried out the pizza flavored ones. I've got that in a separate video review. I'll have it linked in the description if you want to check that out after this. But I'm going to go through these. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on them. We're going to go through the taste and the texture and the macros. So we're going to start this off with the protein croutons. These are supposed to be Parmesan herb flavored. So let's see how good these are. Okay. These are pretty good. I like these. These actually taste very similar to the pizza flavored ones. Actually almost identical, but I like those too. These are very good. Very, very good. The macros for the croutons are going to be 2 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 10 grams of protein. Now, instead of just going over the ingredients list for every single one of these, I'm just going to have it pop up on the screen somewhere, and you can pause the video and read through them if you'd like. So for the Parmesan herbs, these are great. Like I said, they taste kind of like the pizza flavored ones, but they definitely got a good taste of Parmesan, and they got a good herb flavor to back that up behind it. As far as the texture goes, for all the protein puffs, that's really going to be the same. They all got a good crunch to them. And if you're somebody that does keto, crunch is something that we don't get to enjoy too much. There's not many things out there that have that kind of texture to them that we can have that are still within our carb range. But from what I've seen with most of their products, they're extremely low carb. Like this whole bag was only 2 carbohydrates. And these other ones I'm going to get to, you'll see also those are very low carb too. Next up is going to be the Nacho Cheese flavored ones. Those should be pretty good. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh. One more bite. One more bite. One more bite to get the full flavor. Okay, these are pretty good. I like these. It's an unusual flavor. It's not quite what I was expecting, but it is good. It's not bad. I'm not saying that. It does have the nacho cheese taste to it, but it's also got this slight hint of sweetness in the background, which honestly I don't mind at all. I think that's actually a big plus for it because it's not overpowering. So these are really good. The macros are pretty much about the same as the croutons. We've got 2.5 grams of fat, 2 carbs, only 2 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. And once again, I'll have the ingredients list pop up on the screen. You can pause and take a look at that if you want to. Okay, moving on to Sriracha Cheddar. Now, that sounds like a very interesting flavor, and I'm a big fan of spicy stuff, so I believe I'm going to like these a pretty good bit. So let's try them out. Now these are pretty good. I like these a lot. They got the perfect amount of spice, and they got a good strong cheddar flavor behind them. It's not kind of dulled out like some other products are that are cheddar flavored. And you can definitely taste the sriracha. Like I said, it's just enough spice. It's not like my mouth is on fire just from one bite of these. These definitely get a pass from me. And the macros are going to be 3 grams of fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, 2 carbohydrates, 1 gram of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. So far, these are upholding to the texture, good crunchy texture, and so far, I have not tried one that I don't like yet. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to. Okay, sour cream and onion. So I was a big fan of sour cream and onion chips before I started on keto a little over 4.5 years ago. So let's see if these taste like what I remember. Okay. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I did expect a little bit more of the onion flavor to come through. It's not quite as flavorful as I expected, but it's still pretty good. One thing for that though, and this is actually probably a good thing, is the fact that they're not putting MSG in this stuff. A lot of the regular flavored chips out there have MSG in them, and just to make a long story short, MSG can cause stuff to taste way better than they actually are. So these get another pass. Same texture, good crunch. The macros are about the same, 3 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. Baked cheddar. Now these should be pretty interesting. I want to see if they nail the flavor with the cheddar like they did with the Sriracha Cheddar. Okay, try not to talk with my mouth full. That is good. That is really good. They nailed the cheddar flavor just like they did with the Sriracha Cheddar. Another odd thing is, and it's not a bad thing, but it's got kind of a smooth type of a milky sweetness to it in the background. But these are pretty good. I like these. Macros are about the same as usual, 3 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. Okay, we've got through all the main food flavors now. Now the ones coming up are the ones that I highly anticipate trying, and that's going to be the cookies and cream and the strawberries and cream. And behind it is the Keto Dippers. So let's start out with the cookies and cream and see how good these really are. Okay, all I got to say is absolutely wow. That is really good. That reminds me of Cocoa Puffs, honestly, except without the massive amount of carbs and sugar and other garbage that they usually add to them. It's still got the same amount of fat, got 3 grams, and there's only one more carb for these. It's just 3 carbs, 3 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. But these are absolutely great. The cookies and cream. These would be something great to have as a keto cereal replacement, which I've seen a lot of people do with these already. But you could take these and just use like some almond milk or something like that and have a low carb traditional breakfast. I'm seriously impressed with these. Like, these are really good. All right, let's move on to the strawberries and cream. I'm hoping these are going to be just as good as the cookies and cream were. Yes. These are just as good as the cookies and cream as far as the sweetness and the taste. These are absolutely great. I really like these. Macros are looking about the same. The only difference is you've got 4 carbohydrates, and these have 4 grams of sugar. So those are starting to inch up there just a little bit. But if you're just having this bag, that's not going to be an issue. 4 grams is nothing to worry about, and 12 grams of protein. Just like I said with the cookies and cream though, this would be a great traditional breakfast replacement if you're on keto or low carb. And the strawberry taste really stands out, and the cream taste also really stands out. They're both in a perfect balance with each other. Now we're going to get to the ones that I have been waiting to try, and the ones I'm most excited to try, and that's going to be the Keto Dippers. I guess we'll start with the dark chocolate. I'm not really a fan of dark chocolate too much, but these just might possibly change my mind about dark chocolate. So let's see. These are absolutely awesome. Wow, these are really good. And here's the cool thing about them. You got 11 grams of fat, 13 carbs, 7 grams of fiber, Remember, subtract the fiber from the total carbohydrates, but there's 0 grams of sugar. There's only 4 grams of sugar alcohols and 8 grams of protein. As I said, I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate, but honestly, these are not overpowering with the chocolate taste. The usual bitter taste that you have with dark chocolate is not with these, and everything else that's in it mixes perfectly together with it. And as far as the texture goes, I can't remember what exactly the name of them are, but the little malt something balls that are chocolate covered. I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. I've probably had them. But this tastes almost identical to them, and it has the same texture. It's got a good crunch at just a good even level. It's not overly crunchy or too soft. It's just perfect. So last but not least, we got the milk chocolate version of these. So let's see how these taste compared to the dark chocolate ones. These, in my personal opinion, are the best so far. These are in competition with my 2 favorites so far, and that was the cookies and cream and the strawberries and cream. These are truly like a milk chocolate taste. The dark chocolate did have that little bit of bitterness behind it, but these don't have that whatsoever. And also, something else I wanted to point out, as far as the macros go, it's still 11 grams of fat, but it's 14 carbs and 5 grams of fiber. I said subtract fiber from carbs, but also you got to make sure that you subtract the sugar alcohols. So this is 14 total, 5 grams of fiber, and then 6 sugar alcohols. So that equals out to only 3 net carbs, and then 7 grams of protein. So I'm gonna have to say that the Keto Dippers, the milk chocolate ones, are my absolute favorite out of this entire lineup. So my final thoughts on all the stuff that I just tried is, honestly, I didn't try not one thing that I did not like at all. They all had a real good taste, a real good texture. They all had that crunch as far as texture goes. Like I said, the milk chocolate dippers were my favorite. But as far as the protein puffs go, the regular flavored ones, I would have to say, if I had to pick, my favorite out of all those would be the Sriracha Cheddar. But that's just me. I love spicy stuff, so that definitely hit home for me personally. If you do keto or low carb, or you're thinking about it and you haven't tried these, I would highly, highly recommend them, honestly. And I really wish that there were things like this back when I started keto, because back when I started, there was absolutely hardly any kind of low carb or keto approved snacks or treats. And all the protein puffs would be a great snack option or something to add with a meal, which is what I would personally do. And I've seen them recently put these on keto pizzas, and I've heard they're very good, and that's something that I'm definitely gonna have to try myself. Now, before I wrap this up, I just want to give a special thanks to Shrewd Foods for sending this stuff for me to review. All of it was absolutely awesome, and as I said, I highly recommend them. So I'll have a link to their site down in the description that you can go to and take a look at all the awesome products that they got on there. And you saw just about all of them right now, except I believe the protein cookies is the only thing that I didn't have in this. As they said on the packaging, it's the smartest way to snack if you choose to snack. And as far as the Keto Dippers go, that is definitely the smartest way to keto. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you check them out. But keep it keto, keep it healthy, and I'll see y'all later.